this is Binky the Hunter. Today in How I Hunt we'll be going to Hemmeldal and I'll be going over the reindeer. Let's see, the reindeer. Only on Hemmeldal, of course. The score is between 75 and 730. 730 is extremely high. You'll probably never get one of those. 600 plus already is extremely rare. And the max weight for the males is 182 kg and for the female 120 kg. But what I noticed was this one, for example. This was 624 the score, but the weight was 123 kg. So, and I also checked the leaderboard, and yeah, a lot of those top scoring ones on the leaderboard, they are low weight. So don't only follow the heavy ones. That's a good tip, I think. There is a caller, but as you can see, only males. Only the male listen to this. So they live in herds and always one male and several females. The male is always the leader, so what will happen is when you use this one is that the male will come and females will follow. It looks like they all come to the caller, but as soon as you kill the male, the females, they will go their own way. They lose interest. So that's the thing, and it doesn't last that long, by the way. The deer caller lasts longer than this one. This one lasts only 3 minutes, I think, and the deer caller about 6. So, but it lasts longer than the moose caller because that one is extremely short. It only lasts 1 minute, I think. So, but keep calling a little bit more often than you do with the deers. And on the bottom you got some fur varieties. The common, there's a piebald, there's an albino leucistic, and around December we get Rudolph, but it's just past December, so until next year we don't have any Rudolphs. And I don't mind really because I think they look ridiculous, but that's just my opinion. Next, we got the animal spawn map from the Hunter Wiki. Normally this map can help you to see where specific species will spawn at the start of the hunt. But as you can see here, the reindeer are not on there. They work a little bit different. They are a migration animal, just like the ducks and the geese, only they don't fly, but they enter the reserve at one point, cross the reserve and then leave it again, and then they are reused for a new spawn and they repeat that process. So okay, so where you start doesn't really matter. One time it works, you find a lot of reindeer, and the next few times you do exactly the same and you find absolutely nothing, and they're on a way other point on the map. So let me see. I did test a lot. Yeah, about 2 years ago, by the way, they changed the reindeer behavior, and before that I hunted them a lot, and I know this here was a very good area. I got them here a lot. A lot of them entered and left the reserve here for some reason, and the same thing was going on down here. So I put down some tents and I wanted to test how that works now. And also this place, I also put a tent here because I shot my 600 plus here during the Rudolph event, and also Kudu shot his 600 plus here during the Rudolph event. Plus I put it here because I wanted to see some reindeer in the open for the video, because I wanted to show some specific reindeer behavior. So, but what I found is, like said, they're absolutely random. So one time this part here worked perfectly, and the next few hunts I found nothing, no track, nothing, and I fast traveled to here and I found 3 herds right here next to the lodge, for example. And the next few hunts that I tried that, I never found a reindeer here. So It's absolutely random. And the time to start, also a lot of debate about that. Who cares? For example, he starts at 11 o'clock. Kudu used 6 o'clock. Skakers used 8 o'clock. I personally prefer later in the afternoon. I noticed during these tests that it doesn't make much difference. Still at 4 o'clock, sometimes you find nothing, sometimes you do find them, but that's was the same with the other times I tested. Who cares said he was using 11 o'clock because then there were less roe deer, but at 11 o'clock I had some spawns with almost only roe deer, so again that's random, I would say. Hey, you're no reindeer. Female bear, tiny. Next, a little something about animal migration. Migrating herds or flocks, like said, because it's the same as the ducks, only they don't fly, will cross the border to enter the reserve, move across the reserve in a straight line, and cross the border again, leaving the reserve. And they repeat this process. So most animals will start unspawned outside the map. And from there, the randomly spawned herds travel across the reserve. And yeah, they keep repeating this process. And also, by the way, some animals will spawn on the map at the start. So, and these animals are not integrated in that migration process that these herds have. So, but I'll show a short clip on how they travel. Okay, as you can see, I'm following reindeer here, and no big one by the way, but no heavy one. Let's say it like that. And as you can see, I found a track, and it's a straight line. So these reindeer they entered the map around here, and they will go all the way to about there, and there they will exit the map and respawn at another random point. But this is the idea. That example, by the way, wasn't the best maybe, but that was because I was close, and when you get closer they get a little bit more messy. When you're further behind them, they are in an absolute straight line. So animals that leave the map will be reused for other spawns during the game. That's what I just explained. When they cross the map and leave it again, they will respawn at a random other point and do the same process as described up here. Next, migrating animals are always on the move, stopping only to feed. The thing with the reindeer is they are by far the fastest roaming animal in the game. So when you follow them, also the close circle you get on your hunter mate can be very deceiving. I'll show a little clip on their roaming speed and also talk a little bit more about that closed circle. Finally, there's a group of reindeer, and there you can see the trotting speed you're up against. So, or the roaming speed, I mean. I think there should also be a male somewhere, but he's probably in front because the male is always the leader. Ah, there is a male. As soon as he will go, the rest will follow. But look at his speed, here he goes. Sometimes they make those trotting runs of about 100 meters, just like the pigs, by the way. Pigs do it also. Sometimes they give a call and then they start trotting and they trot for 100 meters or something before they stop. So and that's a female roe there that's been calling for an hour. There's the females, and the male is probably somewhere way in front already. Oh, he's way up there. I saw him go. That's what I mean. Come on. I saw him up there, 100%. There he is. Now he's feeding, and then he goes over to trotting again, probably. Where are you? He's just standing there feeding. Let's switch to this one real quick. Come on. And he's feeding again. Now the female's caught up with him. There he goes trotting again. Hard to see, but there he goes. So yeah, that's the trotting speed of the reindeer. So when you're after them and you have all the tracks, just run after them, because otherwise you'll never catch up. And there's one other thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick up the tracks. Think I'm just gonna run. I don't care if they spook, they were small anyway. But then I can show you the circle. It's the third track here. They are long over that ridge by now. I was also running, so maybe they spooked, but I literally run here. I picked up 3 tracks, and this is how small the circle is. So when you follow them, yeah, you can run after them for very long. And this is very deceiving, because as soon as you get a close circle with other animals, you think he is in the area, but with reindeer that's not the case, as you can see. Just run after them until your circle is about this big. You can see it grow very slowly on the map, but it's a male roe there, might even call that in, but this is what I wanted to show about the trotting speed with the reindeer. Next, if an animal is shot, it will be removed from the migration AI and stay on the map. So if you shoot one animal in the herd and it doesn't die, it doesn't rejoin the group and do this, leave the map, so you can never find it. I got a recording here where you can see a bit more about the herd behavior and when you shoot one. So let's go to that. Here I just fast traveled. Here you can see the roaming speed of the reindeer. There's the male probably. I should be careful because there's a bear right behind me. Let's see, can we drop that? Perfect. They never heard me. Don't really have them in the open here, but if I don't call them now, there's a big chance they will start. Well, the male starts trotting again, and he's gone. So oh, there's a female moose here. Damn. Screw this. Hope I can drop you as well. Nope, I can't. The male turned around. He isn't very big. Probably around, will it be around 400 or something? Right behind the bush, but I think we can do this. Yep. They didn't hear a thing. Oh, wrong button. Now look what happens. Ooh, there's also a bear again. But I can call whatever I want now. They will resume their own way. Let me check that one. Male. But when we observe them, there's another male, another bear up there. And with these reindeer, there's also a thing. There's all animals in herds have a leader always, and in all other animals it can be male or female. But with the reindeer, it's always the male. The rest follows the male. But when you shoot the male, like what happens now, they will form a new leader, one of the females, and they will continue in the same direction as where they heading. Yeah, before I irritated them. So, but you can see that nicely here. Let's see what he scores. 441.5. Okay. A good shot. And now what's also a good thing, first in the competition, nice, but I'm still the only entry I think, so that's not very hard to be the first. But what's a good thing to do now, and what I would always advise after you shoot or encounter one of these herd and shot the male, is pick up all the tracks, one of the tracks of all the other ones. So when you find reindeer later, you know you rediscovered. It's a rediscovered track, so you can see it's these. I can hear the bear in front of me, but that's I think important because they go all across the map, so you can encounter them anywhere. So good tip. I'm gonna shoot this female if I get a chance. Okay, that was a herd. Next, I want to test a little something else. Here it says there can be single animals here and there, but the majority will roam in groups. And this as well. Some animals will spawn on the map at the start. I'm curious, you find sometimes these lone animals, if they are integrated in the migration process. Migration AI, it's called here. So let's go and find a single animal and see how he reacts. Here I found a reindeer, but it's all alone. And I want to test something. If I don't, I called it, but the call should expire right about now. Well, right about now, in a minute or something. And I'm curious if this one will also migrate or if this one will just stay in this area. This is a fresh hunt, so I think he lost interest to the call now, but he is not really making signs of migrating, trotting very fast. It's the same one, right? Yep, it's the same one. Because it said on the wiki the only thing they did was move and feed. So if they were in the migration, animal migration, so this one doesn't really look like he wants to leave very fast, so he's just staying there. I'm gonna observe him for a bit and learn something. Well, I've been observing this guy for a few minutes now, and the only thing he's doing is eating, so I think I know enough. He's not integrated in the migration IA. That's how they call it on the wiki. So okay, next I've put in this as well. Spooked reindeer will bounce back when they reach the border. They don't cross it. That's actually something that could be kind of useful if you follow a herd of reindeer and they're about to leave the reserve. Theoretically, it's better to shoot in the air and get them all spooked. That way they, yeah, spook and they bounce back from the border and they stay in the map longer than when you just let them go. Because then when they cross the border, you cannot get them anymore. So that's a little something that can be very useful. And then finally, after animal has left the reserve, so a herd crosses the reserve and leaves it again. If they, yeah, leave the reserve, they are reused for another spawn. But all the tracks that they made are removed. So sometimes you're following reindeer, and all of a sudden all the tracks disappear, and then you know they, yeah, they left the map. So they will be reused for a spawn somewhere on a random other spot on the map, but you have to be very lucky to encounter them again. Hmm. Too bad I didn't record that. There's also a thing I always call the Reindeer Glitch. Sometimes it's been like that since I started playing this game. Sometimes when you shoot an animal, like here I just shot a ptarmigan, and out of nowhere a reindeer spawns in right next to the ptarmigan I shot. So this was a perfect example. Sometimes it's behind you. So sometimes on this map when you shoot an animal, you hear a reindeer run away and you think you're an idiot because you didn't see it, but yeah, like I said, that's a glitch. So a bit strange. And again, I shoot the next ptarmigan and another reindeer appears. So stupid. But yeah, I've no idea what it is. I only know that it's been that way since I played this game. So that was the reindeer glitch. What I forgot to mention earlier is this was the situation in earlier hunt. When you have this, you have that straight line you can follow with the reindeers, and you are an hour behind. I just mentioned something. What you also can do is just run after them and pick up every track. It's just run and try to keep up clicking to get all the tracks, and you can level up the reindeer skills quite fast. So, and another thing is, say I was following this herd and I was 30 minutes behind or something. What I also can do is cut them off. So I could fast travel to this tent, for example, and wait around this area. So then they should cross right past me. So sometimes when you follow them for a bit, you see a straight line and you can quite accurately predict where they're going. So yeah, like I said, try to cut them off by fast traveling to a lodge or putting tents in the corners of the map. That can be very effective as well. One other thing, by the way, that could be very useful is when you spook a herd. Mostly the male will spook the furthest, and you'll find some females before that. But you can also wait a little bit until they get unspooked, and what they do then is they regroup. So they will start trotting towards the male. So if you're having trouble finding the male, you can also follow one of those females. They will give away his position. So that's that. It doesn't always work in your favor, but you can try it. Okay, next a little bit about these guys. There's one thing with the reindeer, it doesn't really bother you hunting at all, I noticed, but I thought I'd mention it. The reindeer, they get startled by the lynx, just like the whitetail and the mule deer and stuff do with the bobcats. That happens the same with the reindeer. Then there's something else I forgot to mention. On most maps, you can walk around with your binoculars in hand and stuff, and you will hear all the calls, and then you can switch to your hunter mate. But on Hemmeldal, I would advise to keep your hunter mate out a lot more, because the female reindeers, the clicking sound they make when they're very close, that's actually the call they make, so you can hear that when they're within 50 meters of you, but beyond that you won't hear it. Only your hunter mate will pick it up. You'll hear the bleep, but you have to have your hunter mate in your hand. So keep your hunter mate in your hand more than on all the other maps. That's a good advice as well. Next, a little bit about camo. There are several types of camo that you can use for these. Also the ones on the bottom, but yeah, those are mostly event related and they're not that good anyway. So let's see, the Boone and Crockett. That's one most of you have. So that's a very good one, I would say. I also learn things when I make these videos because I didn't know this, that Doc Monsignor was better in the sound part and less the visual, and also a learning curve for me. So the Doc Monsignor, like I said, good against sound, so if you like running a lot, buy this one. And I think, by the way, this one is the English tweed hunting outfit that has exactly the same stats as the Doc Monsignor on this part, only it also works for rabbits. So that's a nice little plus on that one, but I think the other stats are the same as this one. Then the army outfit is exactly the same as Boone and Crockett. Trapper, it's good with the scent. Okay, also didn't know that, so that's also nice. I don't have this one. And Outback, I have that one because that's the only camo in this game, I think. And I think there's one other one, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, this one at least has a little protection against all species in the game, so that's sometimes this one can be your best option. And then there's also this one, the Hemmeldal specific 3D clothing, but I don't really like them personally. I'll go over that in another episode with about camo stuff. But these 3D things have one disadvantage: they work or in the open fields or in the forest. So that's about 50% of the map that it does work perfectly. Then you can see it like this, and the other 50% of the map it works just the same as having none of these. So I don't really like it. You can press G. When you press the G button, when you have your hunter mate in your hand, you can click your games and your camo. When you click the camo, you can see if you wear one of these 3D camos, if it works at that moment. But like said, if you buy this one and you test this a lot, you'll see that about 50% of the time it's just normal gray, so it doesn't work at all. So my advice would be army outfit, Boone and Crockett, Monsignor. I wear this one personally. Trapper, I would also be fine with it. And yeah, that's with the clothes. And then on the bottom right, I didn't know that the event things. The Santa hat and the Santa beard, they look absolutely ridiculous. Well, during the event I find them cool, but yeah, but they work quite well against reindeer specifically. So Yeah, you could also consider those if you like looking silly and really want to focus on reindeer alone. Otherwise, I would still recommend one of these. So, but that's all up to you. Okay, next, you can see all the ammo you can use. Stole this one from the Hunter Wiki. Only I put this one in there because it didn't say bolts. Most of you will understand that with arrows. It's all the arrows, by the way, and all the not all the bolts for the crossbow pistol. You're not allowed to shoot reindeer with that, of course. So only the normal bolts. Then mission weapons and equipment, but it's only weapons. The 50 inline muzzleloader, you'll need it for the mission pack. There are 10 missions, by the way, for the reindeer, and you'll need 4 weapons for that specific weapon, so a lot of new players won't be completing that mission pack, probably. But yeah, the 50 inline muzzleloader, then you'll need one of those two 8x57 weapons. You actually need to use this ammo, that's the clue for that mission. So, but there's a classic version and a more modern one, the end shoots. Then you'll need the 30-30 lever action rifle. Most of you won't have that, I think. It's not the best rifle in the game. Well, I like it, but for the smaller species with bigger animals at longer range, you'll get in a lot of trouble. And there's only one mission in the entire game for that weapon, so yeah. And then the last mission of the mission pack is the Parker Python compound bow. So here, by the way, a very old picture I found, leucistic reindeer for 36. Tiny bull, well, tiny, decent, but no monster. But a rare, so I was very happy with it. But look at the quality in the background. Old picture. Okay, so now you heard my annoying voice enough with all these theories about my reindeer and shit. So here we go to some hunting. There's a reindeer, a herd, and there's a herd down here somewhere. And there's a bull. 2 herds, nice. But I can't really show them in this position. I was hunting down here for a bit, couldn't find any reindeer. Then I fast travel here and I got a call almost right away. And like I said, there's 2 groups, but that one bull I spotted over there is small. It's a female. Only it's very steep down here, and I'm not sure if they come up here, or if they go all the way around. Hmm. Fox call. Come on, where are you? Should be close, right? There he is. Ooh, and I think there's even another group. Perfect. Ooh. Let's go down. I think I hear more over on that side, so. But let's just keep calling. Because the females, they don't come in anyway. See, there's something else here. That's another male, pretty sure. There's more behind, see? There he is. That's the nicer one. down. Damn, those are also running. That's bad. Nice. What? Three at least? Well, yeah, three herds of reindeer. I was thinking maybe four. One down there, one from there. I heard something there, and there came from some from behind. So, ooh, those down there are still coming. So let's just wait. No, here should come the one I spotted first, I think. But as you can see, the male comes in first, then the females. Sometimes the females start overtaking the male, and that's really annoying. But it doesn't happen that often, I think. Yep, that's the one I spotted at the lake. He's stopping right there. Awesome. This could go wrong because now the females will come close. See, now they come trotting. Now let's shoot him. If I make that. Oh, I couldn't hesitate, so but I made a bad shot. This wasn't a very ideal spot to do this, but I didn't expect three herds, to be honest. 418. And the one I shot up here was a bit bigger, if I'm correct. So, and what did I hit here? Come on, lung. Okay. Hello. Let's harvest him first. This looks like a nice one. Again, not wide at all, but this one has bigger tops than the one I shot earlier. But again, only two shovels, and the one on the bottom isn't very big. So, but this one should score over 5. Yes, over 500. Nice. Those who watched my videos during the Rudolph event already know this clip, but I couldn't leave this one out. I'm still very happy with this one, so here we go. Holy Jesus, what do I see there? 590 to 730, and it's, thank God, it's no Rudolph. He misses one of the big shovels, and the one on the bottom doesn't look that big, but the tops are huge and they're really wide. So, and I'm in a competition, the rivals competition. I have to shoot one with the rival handgun. So, and since I got that one in my backpack, we can go do that. So let's get close enough. Where is he? It looks like they're heading in the other direction, but he was looking this way, so not sure. Come on. Damn, spook something else. I'm not paying attention at all. It's a road here, but that's going in that direction, so I don't care. Is that the male? Is that the female? Should be close enough now. Yeah, he's coming this way. Wow, look at him. He looks huge. Too bad he misses that big shovel in the front. Man, that's a monster. That one should make 600, right? Starting at 590 to 730, so I always said the end boss in this game for me is a 700 reindeer. When I find that, I quit the hunter. then there's nothing more to achieve for me, but this one won't make that for sure. But I've hunted them so much during this event, and I didn't find any big ones. My biggest was, I think, 519 or something. Wow, look at him. Gonna stop right behind the tree or not? We're gonna go for it. Wow. Not the best place for a trophy shot by the looks of it, but let's see what he scores. Actually very curious at this one. Whoa. This looks awesome. 135 low weight, 624.8. Wow, that's awesome. Here he is. As you can hear, I was very happy with that one, so very nice. Well, I think that's enough about reindeer. I had a hard time making this tutorial. It was harder as I thought at first to get the right things on video and stuff, and the reindeer just didn't cooperate. I found all kinds of other nice things during this quest to get this video done. So, but there will be another video as well on that. I found a rare and a new PB as well, but they were not reindeer. There's one of them behind me somewhere, but I'll show that in another video. So yeah, like I said, I also learned a lot. There were some things new to me as well, although I thought I knew a lot about hunting reindeer, but it seemed I was wrong on some things, so very nice. And yeah, let me know what you think about this video, what you think about these videos, how I hunt. If you have any ideas on what species I should do next, well, I already got a next species, I think, but maybe after that. So let me know in the comments what you think, what's good, what's bad, what I should change. So yeah. And for now, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.